Good evening, rockers. Welcome to On the Rocks, total entertainment. Tonight, I have a very special guest coming on to join us, Mr. Justin Ross. He is from the Fort Worth, Texas area. He is an amazing, amazing artist. How I got to know Justin was when I was on Keep Rock Alive. We actually had him on as a special guest. And my producer at the time, the host, Mike Petrelli, um, totally hooked up the interview. And I just really fell for his talent, his rawness. He's really super great at writing. I mean, coming from a writer myself, Justin, he has a story to tell. And tonight we're going to hear his story. Since we talked to him during pandemic, this will be pretty much our first conversation since that show. So I'm really anxious to talk to Justin and get an idea of what he's been up to. He has been playing out a lot. So he's going to fill us in on that. He has a new single out, Mountain and Me, available on Spotify.com. If you don't know who Justin Ross is, go to Spotify.com. He is an amazing artist. He has a great plethora of music for you to listen to. Great artist. So we're waiting for him to hop on here in just a minute. I wanted to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have some great shows coming up. Next week, it's going to be Faith in Failure, which is another great band. They have some new music out as well. So we'll be talking to that band as well. They actually, I've been in contact with them since pandemic. So I've been trying to get them to come on. You know, things have happened since then. So their band is as strong as ever and have some new music to talk about and some new touring information. So that will be great to talk to them as well. So, and in the next few weeks, I will be in Chicago for the start of the Kings of Thrash tour in Joliet, Illinois at the Forge. That's going to be on Thursday, February 16th. So definitely, if you're in the Joliet, Chicagoland area, definitely come and join me. We'll thrash together. David Ellefson, Jeff Young, you've got Chris Poland, Fred Aching, and you've got Chaz Leon. This is an amazing band. If you haven't seen me blasting things on social media about the Kings of Thrash, they did a 4-city run back in 22 at the end of the year, and have a brand new record coming out, the Mega Years, on Cleopatra Records. So definitely pre-sell that. That's going to be coming out in the next month here in March. So definitely pre-sell that. They're going to start the tour in Joliet, Illinois, and they're going to end the tour at the Masquerade in Atlanta, Georgia. So it's going to be super fun to hang out with Jeff. He's a great guitar player. Among Chaz is absolutely amazing. We've got David Ellefson on bass. You got Chris Poland. I mean, Fred Aching. I mean, this is like, to me, a super group. So hopefully we're going to get some interviews with them. I'm going to be hanging out during these sound checks. So stay tuned that whole week of February 14th, because I will be in the Chicago area covering that show. So I'm super excited about it. So looking so super forward to it. Also, sometime in March, March 17th through the 19th, I will be attending Rock and Podfest in Atlanta, Georgia. Not Atlanta, Georgia, what should I say? Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. And that's going to be an amazing weekend in Nashville. There's a lot of artists I'm going to be interviewing. We're gonna have Eric Martin is gonna be there. We got Mr. Don Jameson, my friend. Shout out to Don Jameson. There just a lot of recording artists are going to be there, and of course, it's connected with Keel Fest. Ron Keel, that's going to be a great show as well. You're going to have the Fifth, and my friends Crashing Wayward from Las Vegas will be at that show as well. So I'll be talking more about that in the next month or so. So definitely stay tuned on that. I'll be doing live remotes from Nashville. So definitely stay tuned, and lots of stuff coming up. I mean, it's going to be a busy summer for the Vegas Rock Goddess. So anyway, so we're going to get started here in just a minute. Justin Ross is going to be zooming in. So it's going to be super cool tonight. This show is a long time coming. Justin and I have wanted to reconnect. And he's so cool. I just love Justin, and we've kept in touch over the past year or so. So he's been a busy guy as well. So this is going to be great. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about some rock and roll. He's got that little bit of country and a little bit of rock and roll in there, a little bit of blues. So here, hey, Justin.
Hey, Carol, I just walked in the door. We were late getting back to the house.
Okay, no problem. I'm already on the air, but that's okay. You okay. just come on as soon as you can.
Turn the mic on and get on there. Right
okay, no problem. Okay.
All right,
bye-bye. It was Justin Ross checking in. He just came from a gig. So he's just getting his mic turned on and things like that. What's everybody doing? Tonight's Sunday night. Vegas is really hopping in the sports arena aspect of the city. We have the Pro Bowl today, and actually next year at this time we will be having the Super Bowl. So Vegas is not only a music mecca, entertainment mecca, but it's becoming a sports mecca as well. So yeah, if you haven't been to Vegas, definitely come and check it out. We're here for you. We're here ready to rock. We got the best rock clubs in the city here. We've got Vamped nightclub. We've got Backstage Bar and Billiards. Shout out to Ava from Backyard Bars and Billiards. Great venue. Great venue. And we have Allegiant Stadium. We've got T-Mobile. We've got it all here, and there's been so many residencies coming to Vegas. We've got Tesla right now doing a residency at the Park MGM. We just had Aerosmith. Billy Idol has actually done a residency a couple times now. He just finished up one at the Cosmopolitan right here in Las Vegas. If you haven't seen my video footage from that show, you can check it out on TikTok, Vegas Rock Goddess, and pull up the videos. You'll find Billy Idol videos right there. Steve Stevens, he was amazing to photograph as well as video, because he has a lot of charisma. That guitar is definitely his. He owns it when he's on that stage. So definitely check it out. I also have some new videos on there, some recent videos I did for Jeff Blondo's Music Mob. That is also on there. He was playing with George Lynch. That's a great video if you haven't seen it. Those two are great together. It's pretty amazing. George Lynch is starting up Lynch Mob again. So get ready for that. That's going to be in the spring summer tour coming around Vegas. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. Also, Stephen Piercy was there and did a set. Really great guy. Stephen Piercy, I actually met back in the 80s. And when Rat was opening up for Motley Crue. So seeing him again perform live was really great. And again, check out that video as well. It is on TikTok. I have all my videos on there, so definitely check them out. It'll keep you occupied for a little bit. There's quite a few on there. And 23 is not going to be any exception. I'm going to be definitely doing a lot more videos as well. So definitely check it out if you haven't. You can follow me on all platforms. You can follow me on Facebook, Vegas Rock Goddess. You can follow me on Twitter, Rocker Goddess, TikTok, Vegas Rock Goddess, and Instagram, Vegas Rock Goddess. So I'm on all those platforms, including Twitch coming soon. So yeah, definitely check it out if you want to hear my podcast. I actually have Badass Productions is carrying my podcast on their network on Monday nights. So you can check that out at 7 o'clock. And then I'm also on Anchor. So definitely you can check out the show if you don't get a chance to watch this. You can always listen to it in the car. So definitely check it out. There will be some, like I said, some great guests this year coming on the program. So we're just going to sit here for just a second and we're going to wait for Mr. Justin Ross. He's miking up and getting ready to go. So we'll definitely be waiting for him here. What's everybody's plans for 23? What's going on? Well, I mean, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. This is a great show. It's really a passion project for me. And every guest that I have on, I have a personal connection with. So stay tuned because you never know who's going to be on the Rocks, Total Entertainment. So yeah, this is great. We've got a lot of great music coming this summer. Kings of Thrash, that new record, The Mega Years, definitely pre-sell that. That's going to be a really huge hit. Hopefully this tour is going to be selling out. I'd love to sell out Chicago. If you're in that area, let's go. Let's thrash together. It's going to be a great show. So we're just sitting here for just a second. We're waiting for Mr. Justin Ross and seeing what's up. So let's hang tight. Be patient for just a minute. Do. I love keeping you guys occupied, but you know. Yeah, tonight we're not doing it live. We are pre-recording this. So thanks for tuning in. And we'll be getting started in just a minute. And we'll get this party started with Mr. Justin Ross. Try again. We're waiting for Justin. Having a few. There we go. Hi, Justin. He's connecting his audio right now. Are you there, Justin? I don't see you. He'll be just a minute, folks. We know how technical difficulties are. Vegas Rock Goddess is very familiar with this.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. I don't see you though, Justin. Turn your camera on.
And to see my where's this at? Choose video. Why is this?
It should have a video camera, like a little camera, and you click on it.
Yep. Oh, there it is. Come on.
Hi, Justin.
There we go. Hello.
How are you?
Oh my God. I was fighting traffic trying to get here. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be late. This isn't good. I'm going to be late to
You're
my own house.
you're fine. Don't worry. We're pre-recording this, so
All right, good
so
deal.
you're
Good deal.
good. I
Good deal.
decided not to do it live, so that's good for you then.
That works. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, great, Justin. I was kind of filling everyone in on you a little bit, and I listened to Mountain in Me. What a great song, Justin.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, things have definitely taken a massive change in the last 2 years.
Yes, because I know we talked about a couple years ago, and I'm glad we stayed in touch.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
you're amazing. I mean, I listen to you often.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, so let's get started for the people who don't know who you are, Justin. Why don't you kind of give us a recap on your experience in the business and where you're at right now?
All right. I've been doing music since I was 6, 41 now. I've toured, I've played in, several different bands. Um, we've been doing mainly rock, heavy rock and rock for better part of 15, 20 years. And now we're to a point where I've always played acoustic shows, always. I mean, my whole life. And I always did that as kind of a secondary, like, this is to pay the bills kind of deal. Like, this is take up time in the middle. I never looked at it like this is the thing. I was always putting into, like, when you go to the studio and shit, you'll just see amps on tops of amps on tops of amps. And I always put into that. Well, now it's crazy because we're running around with upright bass, acoustic guitar, fiddle, banjo, mandolins, and we're taking all this rock music and we're putting it into these instruments. And we started doing this during COVID, because we weren't getting the full band shows that we were used to having, and we needed something to pass the time. And there was a guy named Steve Richardson that was booking all these locations at a restaurant called Boomer Jacks, that's here in Dallas Fort Worth. He's got like 14 locations, and then he's got three other bars. Two of them have the same name. It's called Sidecar Social, and then this other one's called Bedford Ice House. And he was like, "Look, I'll book you up for the year. Let's just book." I mean,
Wow.
and that was in a time when nobody was booking. We couldn't get on a tour. We couldn't do nothing. And so I was like, well, all right, let's do it. And it paid enough to where we made a little money. We were able to keep our bills afloat, and we kept doing it. Well, this grew into this thing. Like, we still don't
We'll,
know what
ta-
to,
we'll
was
talk about this thing, Justin.
yeah. So it grew into this thing, and so that's where we're at now. We've stayed with it. Our last rock show was Rednecks with Paychecks, this past summer, up in St. Joe, Texas, and that was it. Pulled the plug. Not to say we're not going to come back and do it again,
Okay.
but this right here is just too much fun. Like, and even just from big, huge stages all the way down to small venues, we're able to get right up and personal with the crowd. And it's not that we couldn't do that with the rock show, but it was just different. This is just three dudes sitting down across the front of the stage and really getting intimate with the crowd. And you know, rock bands have always done acoustic shows, etc., over the years, but the way we're doing it, it's really cool too to hear these songs getting translated with this band this way. um it's great. I can't wait for this new record to come out. We've been working hard here at the studio over just all every day, hitting something on, and we're nitpicking the crap out of it. We're going, oh well, let's try this or let's try that. And you know oh shit, I didn't even notice my pornkin in the background here. Did you see that? Look at this thing. Look.
That's crazy.
Yes. Yes. My friend Jackie made this for us.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah,
I love it.
the porn can. So fuck.
But anyway, Justin, let's take a step back to pandemic when
Yeah,
I first met you and interviewed you.
yeah,
Um, that's when a lot of bands, because you, as you all know, I was interviewing bands all the way through pandemic, and at some point the bands were breaking up as I was interviewing them.
yeah,
I mean, no kidding. So
yeah.
Mike Petrelli and I just decided to, because the goal for me was to have my own show anyway.
Right.
And I think a lot of these rock bands that I've been talking to now since pandemic is over, they have like started a new, it's almost like a new beginning for a lot of these bands,
Yeah,
like acoustically,
yeah.
or a lot of them are doing live Zooms
Right,
because that's all they could do.
right.
So,
Yeah,
because I've been following you a lot. It was funny because when I was in Orlando, Florida, and I just came from a movie premiere. I think that's when I kind of was contacting you. You were at a bar. I think it was in Dallas at the time,
yeah.
and you did a live. I think it was live Instagram, and I was just like blown away. I mean, these acoustic shows. Let me tell you, you're not. I mean, rock bands are doing it.
Right.
I mean, Jeff Scott Soto did it with Jason Bieler
Yeah, yeah.
recently, probably over the past 6 months. I mean, you've got bands that I don't want to say John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora started this trend, but
Right.
I think pandemic brought out this trend back.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean, you can get more connected with your audience,
Yep.
like you said. And it's amazing how your songs, when you, like you said, when you translate them in a different way like this,
Yeah.
you're connecting with a lot of different people in your
Yeah.
audience group.
It's cool to like songs like Right Back Up or Devil in My Back Door, stuff like that. Like when we started doing it to these instruments, I'm so used to being dominant on the guitar for lead that I have to lay back, play the rhythm, and let the fiddle take over, on this
Yeah.
part. And to hear him playing the part that I'm norm
Uh-huh.
like, or Right Back Up, where the saxophone was real huge. Now he's screaming away on a fiddle and he's playing. I'm just like, oh my God, why the hell did we record it like this in the first place? Like,
Right. It's like the dynamic is so huge. Right back
yes.
up. Oh my God. That song is absolutely amazing. I mean,
We
I love it.
the guy that Bob Lee, who we've got playing upright, they're both guys, Corey Weiss on fiddle, Bob Lee on bass, and they're both teachers. But they both are classically trained. So even taking some of the covers we've been doing, like for instance, we do a version of Nutshell, and the way we're doing the melody line of that song, they start playing that like almost like a symphony,
Wow.
and they're using effects, etc. So it doesn't sound like three dudes. It sounds like 10 people up there playing. And to go into a bar and do that, you go back to Motley Crue. Let's take Motley Crue for example, and let's take something they said, years and years ago. Let's take the stadium show to the venue, to the small rock venue, right?
Right.
Well, let's take what we're doing to the small venue, but this huge sound that you can compact down. And then that's what this weird thing is that we're doing. And it's not weird. I mean, there's other bands out there that are in the same wheelhouse. Devil Makes Three. In fact, we just saw a post on the way here that they liked our video. I was like, oh shit, yeah, all right, bonus. God, there's a bunch of them, and now I'm going brain dead trying to think of them all.
Well,
Uh,
I think, with this trend, I, like I said, I think it's just adding a new dynamic to a band's sound, to the way they recorded a song.
totally.
You guys are intimate with your crowds. I mean, there's bands that let's okay, I'll just give an example. Like I just recently saw George Lynch with Stephen Piercy and Jeff Blondo. They did a side project called Music Mob, And it was amazing to see George Lynch play guitar and Jeff Blondo singing all of George's songs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, I mean, those intimate moments,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to get those 10 years ago
No,
if it wasn't for pandemic.
I think too in the pandemic, it really it changed a lot of in the sense of your mindset changed without you even thinking about it. And then when you got back to playing that show, when you got stuck sitting down in your house and you couldn't do nothing, and all us musicians that rely on this as our job, it goes out the window. It made you really appreciate when you walked back into the little bar that maybe you were bitching about a month prior to COVID, going, man, they need to pay me more. I'm bringing in a good crowd, blah, 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 blah. You know, you're all upset. And then you come back to that same paying gig that's paying the same amount of money, and you sit down on that stage and you go, man, I'm just really thankful for this gig right now. You know what I mean? I miss this. And
Yeah,
you
I
just,
mean,
so if you didn't get humbled by it, you're just a asshole. You know?
yeah, you're just not appreciating the whole
Right.
the whole spectrum of it.
Right.
But yeah, these bands, I mean, these local bands, like they had to embrace uh social media during pandemic and the way it was.
Right.
You know, the way it was Zoom,
Right. Yeah.
okay?
Totally.
It was Facebook Live,
Yeah.
okay? You didn't have any bars to go to, any shows to play,
Right.
okay? You were at home and you weren't on the road.
Right.
Okay, a lot of these bands are used to being on the road 360 days out of the year.
And there was a lot of people that couldn't do that. We're actually here at our studio. We were just inviting whoever. We are just like, man, if you want to play a show, come here. I've got all the tools. I'm not going to charge you a dime. Just make your money. And
Right.
we weren't taking a cent from them. We were just giving them a place to come perform. So I mean, you know, we had like Prophets and Outlaws coming here. Johnny Cooper came in. There was a ton we had come through here, and they were just using. They would sign in through our stuff, you know, use our computers and stuff, sign into their own accounts, and then we would just provide the cameras and audio and everything for them to go live, so they
Right.
got professional sound for them to do the deal.
Yeah, I
And
mean, if it wasn't for you, Justin, and other artists out there that was keeping the music alive during that time, yeah, I mean,
it's
I
hard.
I still think yeah, it was hard, and I still think a lot of these bands still don't really know how to embrace social media. I still think they're kind of in that, you know, afraid.
Guilty.
You're
Guilty.
fine, Justin.
I get my couple videos in per the month for my quota.
Right. But anyway, I mean, you know, it's up to influencers like me and other people out there to spread the Justin Ross love, you
Well,
know? And
I can't thank you for that enough.
yeah. And if it wasn't for the influencers that were working through pandemic
Yeah,
and keeping the buzz alive,
totally.
yeah, they
Yeah,
really wouldn't have a fan base to come back to.
completely. Yeah. And I've followed you. I mean, we've been back and forth over the years
Oh
now,
yeah.
just going back and forth. And I watch you. I'm like, man, this girl really gets out there and gets it done.
I
Because
know,
I see a lot of
Justin.
people like here in Fort Worth that like, I'm not gonna say names, but there's a couple here in Fort Worth that's like, what are you doing? Like, are you doing this? You're not doing this for the bands. You're doing this for you. You know, like you kind
Right.
of you can really see it. There was this dude the other night. I went and ran sound for another band, and he came in and he was in like gym clothes, and he went back to the green room. I thought maybe he was one of the band members. And he goes back to the green room and he comes out and he's got like shredded jeans on, this hat and this scarf thing, and he's all rockered out. And then he just goes up to the bar and orders a drink and sits down and watches the band play. And I go, come on, man. What,
Wow.
what are we doing here? And then he pulls his phone out. He's like, you were so and so at the so and so club at the blah, 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 blah. Look at like, and it was, and I was just like,
I'm
Boy,
sorry. There
your
might
two
be some
followers are killing
imitators
it.
out there, but the rock goddess knows what she's doing.
That's right. That's
Uh,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this industry, I mean, Vegas is becoming a music mecca. Not
Yeah.
saying that it wasn't before, Justin, but I think since pandemic, it seems like a lot of bands are gravitating towards Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to be one of those
Yes.
because well, one, I've never been to Vegas, so there's that. And two, I'm terrified to go to Vegas. I'm
Don't be
terrified of
terrified. I live here,
ter-
Justin. I've
terrified
lived
of
here for
myself.
20 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna just hand you a leash when I get there and be like, here,
Yeah, you'll
just
be fine.
reel me in, you know?
You'll be fine. But I have a friend of mine, 77 Shakedown.
Okay.
I don't know if you recently saw that interview I did. He was here for the rodeo.
Okay.
And
All right.
he's been following me since pandemic as well. He's very familiar with your music, and I sat down with him at Gillies and did a quick interview. He's another artist that is absolutely amazing songwriter, and I would love to get him connected with you when you're here in Vegas.
Yeah. Does he live there in Vegas? Is that where he's
No,
at?
he actually lives in Santa Barbara.
Oh, all right. Right on.
But yeah, I mean, if anybody out there didn't see the interview, 77 Shakedown at Spotify.com, definitely check him out. He's an amazing songwriter as well. But yeah, I mean, there's so much, Justin, great music out there.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're in that category, you know. I mean, you can't be ignored, Justin. Your songs, your songwriter, it's just amazing.
Well, we got some huge things happening tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. I got a big meeting with 3418 music, which I'm stupid nervous about. I've known the guy for 20 years. Tony Avazano. He's the son of Coach Joe Avazano from the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Tony and I have known each other and worked with each other for a long time. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about a management deal tomorrow morning, and couldn't be more excited about that because he's literally, when it comes to Texas, he is the top of the top. There is no bigger than that. And then we've just picked up a new booking agent, Kelly Pierce with Seventh Planet, and we were talking yesterday or the day before. We were talking about the goal for us this year and next is to get out of Texas. And we play here all the time. We love playing here. Don't get me wrong there, but it's to go Vegas, Montana, Wyoming, Kansas, Colorado, just that midline of states. Like when you look at our Spotify, stuff like that, and we see through the artist page, we see where we're getting played at the most. And that's it. It's like a trail leading right up to Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
And so, and oddly enough, we don't ever play up that way. So that's the goal this year is, I know Kelly's talking about doing, we're going to shoot for June. She's got 4 places. I don't know the names of them, but they're, 2, it's more than that. It's actually 6. It's 2 New Mexico, 2 Arizona, or sorry, 3 in Arizona, 2 in New Mexico. And then she was talking about she's trying to get one for Vegas.
Okay.
And so
yeah, I can kind of help you with that a little bit. I'll shoot you 2 venues.
Okay.
That will totally, I think, be perfect for you.
Perfect.
So I'll do that off air. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Some free advertising.
Yeah, hey man, y'all need to sponsor this.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I've been covering so many live bands, Justin. I mean, it's been a crazy couple of years.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, and getting the show back has been great.
Yeah.
I'm reconnecting with a lot of those artists that I did interview on Keep Rock Alive.
Yeah.
And then a lot of new artists that want to be on. So I'm so blessed with this platform, and just being able to reconnect with you was definitely one of my goals for the show.
Yeah. I remember the last interview was killer. I enjoyed it. We had a blast.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
great, Justin, with these things
Yeah.
that are coming up for you. So blessed.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
we're really gonna see what's gonna happen tomorrow morning. We kind of had a meeting on the phone and talked about goals and what the end game is here. And I basically told him, I said, look, I'm 41, I'm going on 42. There is no stopping.
Right.
What is retirement? I mean, I haven't exactly been putting $500 a month away in a bank somewhere. Like,
Right.
you know, I was telling my wife, I was like, the future is me in a wheelchair and an oxygen tank going, well, that was a hell of a ride, and
Yeah,
that's it, like
I know.
and she's a barber. So I'm like, you need to be thinking about it too. Cause like, there's no retirement in a barber, so she's like, we're both in there. But point was that we were talking about it. I said, look, it's an open book right now. There is no, in the writing of what we're doing, there is no genre. Um, I mean, for instance, just for fun, just for shits and giggles, the Nutshell tune we do, Alice in Chains, we're doing the dance by Garth Brooks into Alice in Chains. And people
That's
are like,
great.
what? But nobody sees that coming. But we do the dance in a minor key versus the major key. And so people are like, what is going on here? Or we'll play Cyndi Lauper time after time. And we'll get halfway through it, and then we'll chicken fry it and speed it up and do like a bluegrass version of it.
Yeah, that's great.
And so, and then going back to a lot of these Sweet Southern Highway, Don't Come Home, stuff like that, these were all riff oriented. So there's no drummer yet. We are looking, and that's all in talks of, it's going to have to be a Frankenstein hell of a drummer. Like it's going to, it's not going to be, it's going to have to be like a Carter Beauford of Dave Matthews, like that kind
Okay.
of, yeah, he's going to have a wide spectrum of how he can play, because it's like I said, all this music's, some of it's floor on the floor rock and roll, some of it's waltzes, some of it's bluegrass, some of it's country. Someone called us murder folk the other day. I heard that's a new term. I don't know what that is. I
I
was like,
have not
okay,
heard that term, Justin, so I
yeah,
don't know
murder
what's up with
folk.
that.
Um, we got, then the best thing is that shows are finally getting away and they're coming down to where it's like a tight 90 or a tight 60-minute set. And so we're really zoning in on what it is that we're our craft. And so with that being said, when we go out and play, opening up for people or direct support, that kind of deal, it's 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 a powerhouse. I mean, from first song to the last song, you're just like, oh my God, what did I just watch and hear? So that there is the goal for the year. It's get out of Texas, keep releasing music. We have a song called Bring Me Home that's on the commercial. I'll send that to you so you can
Okay.
put it up on here. But we did a little teaser video of us playing. We updated the website, so I didn't put all the Boomer Jacks locations on the people are going to look at it and go, God, he plays Boomer Jacks a lot. Well, it's all different locations. It's just,
Right.
I wish there was a way to put like Boomer Jacks and then go B Plano, B Texas,
Right?
Fort Worth, B Dallas.
Connect the dots.
Right. Because people are like, well, you always play Boomer Jacks. You ever going to get out to Dallas? Be like, well, we just played Boomer Jacks in Dallas like 2 weeks ago. And you're like,
Right?
oh. So we updated the website. We decided to give it a name.
Okay.
That's the other thing. We went with so it's Justin Ross and Deadwood Revival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really a powerful name, Justin.
Yeah. So that's what we went with. And it's basically just because of all the wood instruments that we're using. I mean, that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah. That's great.
And so we got some new photos and stuff, the teaser commercial, everything at justinrossmusic.com. We're going to try and change the URL soon. Or it's just going to stay justinrossmusic.com. Back when I had got that thing, justinross.com was taken. So I was like,
oh, yeah.
Well,
Don't
okay.
you love the internet?
Yeah. Found out it was some rapper out of Florida.
Oh, okay.
I was like, all right. He's a scrawny white dude living in Miami. And I was like, yeah, we're polar opposites, buddy.
That's great.
Yeah.
But that's great. You have a lot of great things happening
Yeah.
in 23, Justin. I can only see them getting, I mean, you guys just got to ride the ride, man. Go
Hmm.
with the flow.
Yeah. We're really feeding off the audience right now because you can really tell when we get down the set as we're going, there comes this brick of like 8 songs where people are just like glued to you, and then we'll play another song and they'll go, and they kind of you lose them, and I'm like, okay, check mark next to that one. Like, and so on the next set, I'll work, all the songs where I saw their attention at, we worked into this hour set. And once we got that, it was like, whoa, God, Lord, and we're paying homage to some of the Dropkick Murphys. We do the shipping up to Boston intro into my song "Take Me Back to Texas," and
Nice.
it really works out for what we're doing. And but we're playing some covers that are just fun that we're changing. So when you hear the name of, like when I said Cyndi Lauper time after time, the way we're doing it versus how she's done it with these instruments, people are just like, I can't believe these guys are playing this right now, but I like this better than the original version.
Yeah, that's kind of trending a little bit
Yeah.
with a few bands.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, like my friends Crashing Wayward, they play in excess, don't
Oh wow.
change,
Yeah.
and they totally put a spin on it. So yeah,
We have
that's a
a
great
song
song.
called the Creep that we're going to release. We got to record it first. We're going to be coming in here. See, we're in February, so it'll be end of March. We got a guy named Brandon that's going to come in and play drums on it, and it is seriously one of the hardest hitting blues rock tunes, acoustic. I
I
don't even
can't
get
wait,
started.
Justin.
It's yeah, it
I
it
want to
it
hear
make
it.
it blows right back up out of the water.
Oh
Let me put it that
wow.
way. Yeah, it's got key changes and walk ups and
Oh
riff
wow.
sections going, and fiddle
Nice.
solos to guitar solos to drum solo in it, and like all this stuff that it took us forever to get it down. Um, just because it's so intricate on how we're doing it, and that's basically taken from the metal rock world of doing riff rock and putting, now we're doing that all on acoustic, and then trying to uh there's no drummer when we're live, so there is no beat for us to be playing to. So we're having to change things, right? I'm having like the bass is he's playing upright,
Uh-huh.
so he's keeping the rhythm while the fiddle and I are syncing up, going back and forth, and then I'm using a
That's
loop
not easy to
station.
do, Justin.
No, no, because when we first started doing it, I was like, God, this is a cluster. What are we doing? Like, this is not working out so well. And then we just slowly got into the rhythm of doing it, and then here we are, years later, and it's like, I'd rather be doing this. And I miss playing my electric guitar, but I'm a big dude, so the acoustic does look better on me.
Oh, you can always pick that up again, Justin.
I know people are like, pick up your electric. I'm like, you ever seen it? I'll make a normal guitar look really small. Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup and I were talking about that the other day. I was like, dude, we're the only guys I think in Texas that make guitars look abnormally small when we put them on. Like, because he's a big dude, and he was
Yeah.
like, he's got this acoustic telly he was playing. I was like, could you have picked a smaller guitar, bro? And he's like, dude, it's normal size. I'm like, no, it looks tiny. Like,
Right?
he's like, I didn't want a big old jumbo guitar. I'm like, it looks normal. We're going back and forth about
That's
it, but
crazy. But yeah, these even the Vegas local bands, national acts as well as I've seen, they're kind of less talk and they want to get all the rock in that they can.
yeah, that's the way we've been. We know talking to the crowd. I'll talk to him when I know that, like Corey, because he plays like mandolin, viola, violin, banjo, and mandolin, if I didn't say that one already. But so there's certain songs where he's got to tune down or switch over instruments. So I'll get to talking, and whatever I'm talking about, I'll point somebody out in the crowd that's not listening and then make them listen. That's our thing, is giving the crowd
Or put that
shit.
glass down.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a dude a couple of weeks ago. I felt really bad for him. He was like, I, I felt bad for him, but then at the same time, I felt bad for I made myself be like, oh, I'm a jerk. I was like talking to this. I was like, hey, dude, you going to pay attention tonight? You'd sit in the front row all night and you haven't applauded. You haven't even looked at me. And he's just still just staring at the TV. And I'm like, hey, finally, like someone taps him on the shoulder. He's like, hey, dude, he's talking to you. And he turns to me and he goes, I can't hear. And I go,
Oh,
I was like, oh, geez, okay, you're deaf. I get it. God, yeah, foot in mouth. I'll be over here in the
have a
corner.
great evening, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Let me buy your dinner. Jeez, I'm sorry.
My gosh.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
so
I mean, I think it's all about keeping the audience like engaged.
yeah,
And I think a lot of these bands, you know, they're throwing the covers into their sets.
yep,
But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, original music is out there and it's thriving.
yep, yeah. Poor Man's Poison. That was one of the bands I was trying to think of the other day. They're in
Oh,
this.
okay.
There's. I was listening to an interview they gave, and it was a similar thing where they were like, we were a metal band, and we switched to this and took all of those songs and put it to this, and it worked. And I heard this, just like a few months ago. I was like, we're doing the same thing. We just did this. Like, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, all right, we're not alone in the world. Like
Right.
there's other ones out here doing this.
Oh
Sweet.
yeah. I mean, I get invited to acoustic shows a couple times a month, depending on who's playing. And it's funny that you mention it. Like a lot of my friends that are musicians in Vegas have more than one project.
Right. Yeah.
They're not just in one band. They're
Right.
in multiple bands.
Multiple. Yeah.
Now, that started because of pandemic.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, a lot of these bands were used to having one unit
Yep.
together,
Yeah.
okay? But they had to think outside the box.
Right.
So they have multiple projects that are doing really well. I'll give you an
Yeah.
example. My friend Sam Bam Colton from
What a name.
Waterside, he also plays with Dorothy. He
Oh,
plays
okay.
with Faster Pussycat.
Right on. Yeah.
Okay. So he has a lot of multiple projects. And I recently talked to him when he was in Vegas, and he was telling me that this is going to be the hardest decision for him to make in
Which one he's gonna
23.
stay with? Yeah.
What band he's going to give 200% to on the road. He was touring with LA Guns as well
Oh wow.
for a short time. But yeah, I mean, this is the norm now.
Yeah.
If
When
you're,
I went out
yeah,
with Saliva and with those guys,
yeah.
and we were talking, and I was noticing that, like, I was like, wait a minute, weren't you the bass player that played with Fuel? He was like, yeah, I played with Fuel for a while. And then he was like telling me about all the bands he was with. I was like, oh my God. Who was the other Tantric? Those guys, I mean, good friends with all of them, Sebastian and all those dudes.
Oh
Shout out
yeah,
to
they
those
were.
guys.
I know those guys because they did a benefit for Lead Don't Follow
Right.
last April. Yeah, and I got to drive those guys around.
Oh
Uh,
God, you had Hugo in your car?
no, I didn't have Hugo in my car,
Yeah.
but
All right.
I think I have the drummer in my car and I had the lead guitar player.
Yeah, Sebastian.
And I ended up taking them. Listen, this is funny. It's a funny story. I ended up taking them to a casino where my friend Zoe Bowie, he has like a Vegas rock show kind of thing.
Right.
So I took them there so they could see the show, and they were like, "Wow, this guy is great, man." You know? So
Yeah.
it's kind of trying to expose them to something else other than what they do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
No. Yeah, those dudes are great, man. We had some really good times. But
they
even then,
are
like
funny.
Jaron, the bass player, tall, real
Yes,
tall,
Sharon is the
lanky dude.
guy that went with me.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Sharon and
Yeah.
the drummer. Uh Crazy. Those guys are great though. I had the
Yeah.
best time
Yeah, they're
when they were
awesome.
here.
Yeah.
So
Saliva, I've been good friends with those dudes man, I've known Saliva for God, since Josie Scott was.
Nosy Scott's is back in Saliva now.
Well, is he back in Saliva, or because I talked to Bobby the other day, and
Yeah.
I think he made an appearance. He came back and he did an appearance with Saliva, but I don't know that he's back. He's just certain shows he'll come in and do it, but he's doing them with Bobby. Like Bobby and him are
Okay.
co-hosting it together, coming right in the gate. So I don't think he's back because Bobby's got like, man, what a great situation. So he came in to not replace Josie Scott, but he was a stand-in for a while, and then it became um where, oh God, what's his name? The guitar player, Wayne Sweeney. He goes, Wayne offered him, said, hey, listen, do you want to buy into Saliva? And he goes, yes. So he bought into it, and now he owns it. So like he bought it from the label. So the label doesn't own
Okay.
Saliva anymore. So Bobby owns it now, and Bobby controls everything. So I think this last year with Saliva's new record, it got some really good traction, and they started doing some bigger shows and getting on bigger stages and stuff. And I think Josie saw that and was like, I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
yeah,
he's a great actor. I, I don't know.
really?
Yeah, I mean, he was in. I'm trying to figure out what show it was. That he
Josie
was in.
Scott was in a
Yeah,
actor?
yeah. Look it
I want to
up.
see this.
He's pretty amazing. So I guess he decided to kind of come back into the rock and roll thing because he's been doing that. I think probably 10 years
Oh wow. Wow. I didn't
since
know
he
that.
left Saliva.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I tell you
So,
what was crazy. There was a horror movie. God, I want to say it was one of Rob Zombie's films. Um, but I saw James Hetfield playing a cop, and I was
oh
like,
yeah.
that's Hetfield. What the
Oh
fuck?
wow.
Yeah, I was like, I want to say it wasn't one of the devil movies. It was 42, something about a warehouse. It was one of his B-side movies that just
Oh
didn't do so well, but Hetfield was in it and he played a cop, and I was like,
wow, that's
that's
crazy.
creepy. Like, what
That
is,
is creepy.
yeah, that's,
I'll have to talk to my friend Taylor Carlson. He's
yeah.
a movie critic and rock critic. Uh, we'll have a nice conversation about that. That
I
sounds
think
really
it,
cool.
I think he had like a total of like 4 lines. Like,
Oh
hey, go
wow.
over this way. It's like, what? But
That's
leave it up to
crazy.
Zombie to do some crazy shit like that. Our photographer actually, shout out to Western Soul Photography, um, Craig Youngblood, the guy that does all our photos. Anyway, he landed Zombie's last record that he just
Oh
released.
wow.
Yeah, he landed the cover of it. And I was like, so do you, because he goes out every time he's in town, he goes and shoots
Yeah.
him. And I'm like, so have you met the dude yet? And he's like, no, they won't.
See, funny that you mentioned that. Um, I'm friends with the Kings of Thrash. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I heard the name.
Yeah, it's David Ellefson, Chris Poland, Jeff
Okay.
Young, Chaz Leon, and Fred Akeling. So anyway, I became kind of friends with Jeff Young, the other guitar player. It was funny because they played here in October, and I shot video as well as pictures for them.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm like, okay, I think I'll just shoot him some of the best shots.
Right.
Well, he DM'd me on Thanksgiving. He's like, "Can you call me?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I called him. He goes, "Your photos were bomb, and we want to put them on the
Yeah.
new cover of the new record."
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
like,
Yes.
"What?"
Yeah.
So yeah, Taylor T. Carlson, my friend has the two pictures on the left of the cover, and I have the ones that are on the right of the cover.
Nice.
So yeah, they're actually playing in my hometown. They're starting their tour there in Chicago, and I'm
Nice.
going.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I mean that's my first cover, Justin.
Dude, killer. Congrats.
Yeah,
Congrats.
so super stuff. I mean, totally killer. If you haven't checked out Kings of Thrash, go to kingsofthrash.com and check it out. They're also on YouTube. But the cover of the album, it comes out March 24th, I think, or 26th. So definitely check it out. I was gonna say I could probably pull it up on my phone since I have a copy of it. But yeah, I'm into photography as well as videos, Justin. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can, I'm trying to figure out where we could
Oh,
place it on the camera. I don't know if
there
you,
you go. Hold it
yeah, I
there.
don't know if you can see it though.
No, it's kind of wide
Probably
out.
because of the light. I'll send it to you, Justin.
Okay, cool.
So you can
Yeah.
kind of see it. I'll actually do it right now so you can see it on your phone. But yeah, I mean, this band is absolutely amazing. Jeff Young used to be in the original Megadeth,
Oh, nice.
okay,
Nice.
and
Okay.
Chris Poland, and then David Ellefson,
Right.
and they formed this band. They just kept in touch with each other. Hey, let's record a song, okay.
Right.
And
Right.
out of that, the Kings of Thrash happened.
Nice. Nice.
So
That's
yeah,
killer.
just super amazing. But yeah, I mean, I would love to photograph your band as well when you come to town for sure.
Let's do it. You got it.
Yeah.
Um, I want to try and get with Kel this week and see if we can and get that because I mean, time's closing in, so we want to try and lock in as quick as we can.
Yeah.
We have another thing going on, and I guess I'll just go ahead and let the cat out of the bag now. So no one's.
Okay.
This is the first time I've talked about it
Okay.
publicly.
It isn't on the Rocks exclusive.
Yeah, yeah. It not music related.
Okay.
Okay. We have a show coming out that is going to be on YouTube, and there's going to be two sides of this. One, it's going to be on Paraflix, which is paraflix.com. It's like all things paranormal.
Okay.
And then the other half of it's going to be on a YouTube channel that we have right now, but it's not public. It's all locked up. And
Okay.
so we're getting episodes done right now. We got one edited down. We got plenty shot. We got to get the others edited. Got to finish editing them because we're going to release the first 6 to Paraflix. It's gonna be 8 to Paraflix and 6 to YouTube.
Oh wow, that's
And so,
great, Justin.
It's me and Craig, the guy I was just talking about. We started doing a deal called Paratheory, and it's where we're going out to some of the creepiest, most notoriously haunted venues, music venues, and old homes. Like we're gonna try and get up to, I think it's Philadelphia is where the Eagle's at, the Eagle Auditorium, supposedly one of the most haunted places there is for live music. But the goal for us in this, and so I guess it is kind of music related, is I've always been infatuated with the paranormal, and we wanted to do it very old school, go in with a couple cameras, a couple things, and just start asking questions, trying to get this thing to react with us. We did this place recently called the Cranfield House. It's a farm home. It was built in 1803, and their son was killed by natives out by the river while feeding his horses. Well, now it's a big ranch. It's like 2,000 acres, and there's the owners that their house is up on top of the hill. Well, they use this house as a cabin for all the hunters that come in to go hunting, and all the hunters kept saying, "Look, I'm not staying in this thing. Like I can't make it through the night. Doors open and close, walking up and down the hallways, tapping, people seeing things,
Oh
stuff
wow.
like moving in the house." So we went out there and spent the night, and we set up like 6 static cameras, and we were running. There was 4 of us that went, 6 static cams. We set up a RIM pod, K2 meters. We had the 9s going, and it didn't take long. We started getting knocks and bangs, and it just kind of like little bits, and then it started ramping up like as the
Wow.
night went on.
That's great,
So
Justin. I can't wait to watch.
we're gonna try and release that. I think in May is when the first one's gonna come out. And so really exciting. But towards the music venue side of it, our goal is to try and not only be able to investigate it, but to play a show there. So we want to go because my whole band's infatuated with it. So it's like, well, like if we went up to Bobby Mackey's and did, which I think is in Kentucky, I believe Bobby Mackey's, the old honky tonk that was up there from years ago, but everybody and their dogs played there. I mean, fuck, Skid Row played there years ago. But that was where it's got the notorious the caretaker that was managing that place for a long time when it first opened, like went insane, found this well in the bottom of it that was buried, and he ended up killing his girlfriend and throwing her down the well. And then it was like a whole like
Wow,
Amityville situation. Yeah. And so it's
that's
notoriously,
crazy.
yeah, but there's so many venues that are like that. There's so many.
Oh, I
So many have
know.
ghost stories. So I'm like, well, why don't we come in and do an investigation, and then the next night let's play a gig there. You know what I mean?
That's
And
cool.
mix the two together,
Yeah,
because no one's doing that. So
no.
that's the idea. So it's called Paratheory, and it'll
Okay,
be out. I'll tag you in on the stuff, because
okay,
it'll be we'll start shooting we'll start shooting out all the previews for it.
okay, very cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome, Justin.
Yeah, it's killer.
That is
Yeah.
nobody's come up with something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about all these paranormal shows and stuff. I mean, because I work with a lot of dudes that are Chad Kalick from the Sir No Face documentaries, Justin Holstein, Craig Powell, a bunch of these dudes. And then I work with a lot of guy Haunted Nation and stuff that's down here in Texas, and we've gone out on events. We went down and did the this is kind of funny. We went and did the Yorktown Asylum, Yorktown Memorial Hospital. It's in Yorktown, Texas.
Okay.
And and this place is 89,000 square feet. It's huge, 4 stories tall. It was run by nuns. It has all this
Oh,
historical, it's creepy as hell looking. When you roll up on it, you're like, oh my God, geez, I'm gonna spend the night in here. And there was this dude, it was the guy who owns it. He comes up and he goes, man, he's big redneck. He's like, man, let me tell you something. I don't believe in all this paranormal bullshit, but I tell you what is in there: raccoons and snakes. And I'm terrified of that. Yeah.
I don't like snakes.
Rats, raccoons, and snakes, man. That's what's in
Damn,
there. You're gonna go walk around in the dark, you're gonna step on a snake. We're not liable. You're gonna sign here. I was like, damn, all right. So we go in there, and
creepy.
in the mid, and we're like, dude, it has like a cathedral, and there's like a whole like church in there, and all
Wow.
the pews are set up. It's so creepy. And we're sitting there, and we did this thing where we were kind of in the hallway where like the crossway is, the halls. And we had one guy facing one way, the other way. We're all sitting back to back, and we're doing an EVP session, and we're listening, and you can hear this. You can hear the mice running across the rafters on the top of us. And I'm like, God, I hate rats. I can hear them running. Then we had a camera down the basement, and like like a family of raccoons came up and like knocked the camera over.
Oh,
Yeah. And we didn't have a damn thing paranormal happen in that place. Everything was just rats, and it was hot. Oh my God. It was back in
oh,
July. It was so hot. We were just sweating through, like, there's no reason for us to be here. Let's just go back to Fort Worth. Let's get the hell out
yeah.
of here.
No kidding,
But
right? But
yeah,
that's going to be a great show, Justin. I'm so looking forward to that.
yeah, it's killer. We want to invite people to come in and do it with us, other musicians, have them come in with
Yeah.
us and just kind of, doing the show. Like, so like if we go to do a venue, we'll get that band will come with us. What I mean, we'll both go play a show there,
That's
do
great.
something like that.
I love the
So
concept.
yeah, I think it'll be killer for
That's
sure.
awesome. Well, Justin, where are you playing out now in the next couple months? Do you have any dates that you want to shout out here?
Yeah, we're still doing the Blue Bayou. We're still doing we've 9 years. We're going on 9 years of playing the Blue Bayou. We're still doing that every other Wednesday. In fact, this Wednesday we're playing there. It's me and Johnny Cooper. We do a really cool show there. 2 hours, sorry, 3 hours, seven to 10. Um, that's in North Fort Worth. We got, what was the one? I gotta see that. Hold on, I'll tell you what it was. It was I think it's nope. Where is it? I think it's March. March. Come on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The Bartonville store. It's in Bartonville, Texas.
Okay.
What a rad place. Like, this is a meat shop. All right. Like when
Okay.
you get there, it's this rundown, beat up looking butcher. Okay. Butcher shop. Looks like a barn. And then you go inside and it's this really nice restaurant and they serve steak, etc. But they've got this really killer old school looking stage right in the corner. It's or the back wall, it's like a shotgun of a bar. I think the place only holds like 175.
Okay.
All tables. They'll do like I think it's like $250 per table, something like that. Or if you're eating dinner, you reserve out, whatever it is. Yes, March. What did I just say? March 3rd? No. Yes, March 3rd.
Okay.
That is one, if you're in town, that you definitely want to be at because it is seriously right up to the stage with us, and we're right there with you. I could help you eat your appetizers. It's that close.
That's
Uh,
great, Justin.
the room sounds awesome, and I think we're gonna record that show just because last time we played there, it was sold out. And it's such a killer room. So it's in North Texas. So
So you gonna video?
uh, we haven't edited any of it.
Okay.
We got the one video that we did out at Lava Cantina. And that's the promo video, but we're doing where we're taking like 4 GoPros with us and we're setting them up
Okay.
at the shows and getting like 4 different angles. And then I'm
Okay.
using that to just make content with of us playing to get more video of us playing the stuff for our TikTok and
Right.
all the socials and that
I'm glad
that
you're on
game.
TikTok, Justin.
Yeah. Did you see the video recently of me sliding down the driveway?
Yeah.
What
Hey,
the best
that's
part?
what, let me tell you something. That's what TikTok is all about. I have discovered so many bands on TikTok.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Crazy. I just
Crazy
interviewed
talent.
a band, 2 bands actually, Pardon the Scars and Dirty
Okay.
Lover.
Pardon the
And I don't, are you
Scars.
familiar with Elvis Monroe?
No. I'm gonna
Okay.
write this down.
He's another great artist. Rock. I just I didn't get to interview him, but I interviewed Dirty Lover. Elvis Monroe is amazing.
All right.
If you don't know who he is, check him out on Spotify. He has a brand new record out. Super great guy. But
Killer.
yeah, so I'm so glad, Justin, that you're playing out, man.
Yeah.
We got to
Absolutely.
get you to Vegas. You have so many great things happening.
Colorado, basically everything that way is where we're
Yeah.
headed. Yeah. Not sure about California. We did get an offer to do a show up in Chico,
Okay.
which I would be totally down for that because I got some family friends that live out that way.
Okay. Very cool.
But I think it's going to be really trying to do this kind of circle of like New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, just kind of going in the circle for this year. I know that she's trying to get up Wyoming, Montana. Canada's back open, but we got to make sure that I can get into Canada because I had a DUI 10 years ago. So they'd consider
Geez.
that a felony.
I know. I mean, crazy. I mean, Canada's really locking it up, because I still have bands that I cover out there.
Yeah.
And they can't get into the US.
Right. Yeah. It sucks. And we're actually played on the radio in Alberta constantly. Yeah. And the stations that are up there are really weird because like it's not like here where we have radio stations where it's like a country station or a rock station or
it's just they play
everything. And so like we got put on the radio up there years back and they continue and I get continuous messages coming in. When are you coming back to Alberta? When are you coming to Alberta? I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
Like
the band that I cover out there is High Front.
High Front.
Yeah. And the other band is 12 Years Today.
Okay.
I mean, I wish they would kind of lift the restrictions now. I mean,
yeah.
It's getting kind of crazy, but
have you checked out? Have you ever heard Monster Truck?
No, I don't think so.
Listen to Monster Truck.
Okay.
Listen to Sweet Mountain River from oh my
Monster,
God.
Okay.
It's like
I'm gonna write that down right now, Justin.
You need to check that out. They're awesome. They're so good.
What a great name for a band.
I know. The lead singer plays bass, very Motorheadish feel.
Very cool.
God, just incredible harmony. I think it's like organ, drums, guitar, bass, 4-part harmonies.
Wow, that's
It's
great.
killer. We played with them in Canada, and on mistake, we were doing a deal. We were in a casino, and then we ended up, they said they came out and saw us playing in the casino, and they said, "Hey, we're playing the main room tonight. Do you want to be our opener?" Our opener fell off. We are like, "Sure." We never heard of him. And oh my
Yeah,
God, we got our asses kicked on that stage that night.
I know, right?
Ugh.
Major surprise for some of these bands, let me tell you.
Well, when we went up there, we flew in, so we were renting all the gear. We had to, everything was uh all rental. So I mean, we had smaller amps, we didn't have our mesas, we didn't have our stack, we didn't have our shit. So I was like, well, okay. And then we get in there and I see their rig. I'm like, are you kidding? What are we gonna do? Like, you know, but hey, I don't have to worry about that no more.
Right?
Yeah, just walk in with my acoustic and plug in.
That's it.
That's it.
Plug in.
Yeah, pedal board and here we go.
Yeah. Well, Justin, it was great talking to you.
You too.
Let's reconnect soon.
Absolutely.
I wish you the best of luck in the next couple days here. Definitely
Yes,
keep me posted,
I will. I
and
sure
I'll
will.
shoot you the name of those venues
Okay.
so we can get you out to Vegas and rock and rolling.
Yeah, and I'll shoot you over the video for the promo video and all that good
Right.
stuff.
Justin, you know the last question I'm going to ask you. I asked you this the first time.
Okay.
Okay. If there is an artist, dead or alive, dream collaboration, who would it be?
Hmm. Dream collaboration.
It's always
The blues side of me wants to say Stevie Ray Vaughan.
okay.
Um, I personally would like to sit down with the lead singer of Mumford and Sons and write a song
Okay.
together.
Very
I
cool.
I I secretly creepingly love that band. Love what they do, and they had a song called The Delta that I was just blown away by. The live version was way better. But just how much that band puts into their music is insane, and their playing capability is, I can't do it. There's a song they have that hit home with me so hard. It's called Broken Crown, and I will have that thing in my van crank, pissing my band off
I
just
think I've heard of that
to the
song.
nines, hitting that song. Um, and they did another one here recently. I have it on my YouTube, but it was incredible. I'm gonna look it up right quick because they did it over in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What was it? I will, no, that's not it. Not I will wait. There will be time. That's what it is. There will be
Okay.
time. Mumford and Sons and Baba Mal live in South Africa.
I'm gonna have
Holy
to check them
crap.
out, Justin.
When I saw that video, I'm gonna send this to you right
Okay.
now. When I saw that video of them doing this in South Africa, I was blown out of the water. I was just like, are you shitting? What is happening on this stage? There's
Wow.
so many dudes on this stage. Uh and then it got me to looking more. It's like I've heard them before. I heard all their,
Right.
Little Lion Man and
I
all
have
that stuff.
too. Yeah.
But then I started really digging into what this guy does, and his songs this guy writes are incredible. So that would be the one. Yeah, totally. That would be awesome if I could sit down with that dude and just write a song for a
That's
day.
super cool, Justin. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have you on again. We'll keep in touch.
you
Maybe
got
this
it.
time we can do a live in-person video. Like,
Hey, I'm in. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
let's get Road to Vegas. That's what the tour
There
is
you
going to be
go.
called. Road to Vegas. Yeah.
Road to Vegas.
Road to
That
Vegas.
sounds so cool. Well, take care, Justin. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for coming on.
You
Why
got it.
don't you let the viewers know where they can find your music?
You can go to justinrossmusic.com and you can find all our links there for all our social medias and our YouTube, etc. You can find all of my music under Justin Ross on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, etc. So thank you guys so much for listening out there and all the support, and keep listening to this woman because she knows what she's talking about and who she supports. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Justin. We'll talk soon, okay? Good luck
You
tomorrow.
got it. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, Justin Ross. He's such an amazing talent. An hour show isn't long enough to talk to Justin Ross. So we'll definitely be talking to him again. I want to thank everybody for watching. Next week, it's Faith in Failure. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Rocks, Total Entertainment. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and please subscribe. And I'll see you next time.